Alright guys, talking about the X-atty today. Alright, so I got this from the fine folks over at SNS Mods. If you haven't checked them out, I'll post the link in the description below. Please do check them out. Phenomenal juice, which I gotta save for another day because right now it's about the X-atty. And they got the best customer service. I mean, Lisa would respond to my emails right away within like an hour. Any question I had about shipping, about ordering more stuff, she's right there. And Chopper on ECF, any question I had, any technical information that I wanted about the Addy, he got it to me before I made the purchase. And even afterwards, very, very helpful. Throughout the whole process, great people. They got a great product in stock, and they make some phenomenal juice. So without further ado, let me compare it to the rsst, which is a very popular atomizer. I got two. I got this rsst, immediately ordered a second one. I wish I could order a second one of these, but I just don't have the cash right now for it. I have to. The rest of the money I got, it's got to go to juice. I'm stocking up for 4 months, so I wish I had another one of these. It's my favorite atomizer. I like it over the rsst. I like it over my I-Atty too. So, and I'll explain in detail why. We'll just start at the surface, right? So, you look at these both, they look kind of similar, right? From a distance, they look quite similar. Get up close, this is more narrow. It's a little bit taller, it's about half a centimeter taller. It holds a little bit less juice, alright? It's made out of a different material. This is stainless, the rsst. This is a chrome plated brass. So the edge over there, it kind of goes to the rsst. But for 20 millimeter devices, X-atty. For 22 millimeter devices, rsst. I mean, you can see how they're vertically flush on the respective devices. This is the KTS, this is the VAMO over here. So, yeah, I mean, there you go. On the surface, I like the sharp beveled edge to the top cap, personally. I like it more than this rounded edge on the rsst. So that's, a little touch that I actually prefer. I think it's more aesthetically pleasing to me. I mean, others might disagree. It also comes included with this amazing drip tip. I mean, this drip tip just looks, it's so classy. It's classic design, on top of this. It's very clean. It's not the Ming vase drip tip. It looks like you want to put a flower in the, in the hole or something. Like, it's nothing fancy like that. It's just a parallel, clean, rectangular design. Goes perfect with the mod, goes perfect with the atomizer, and you get it for free. I mean, the atomizer itself costs just 23 bucks, and you're getting a free drip tip. I wouldn't even say it's included in the price. I'm saying you're getting it free, and you're getting O-rings with it. You're getting wick and wire installed. You're getting wire on the side. You're getting a screwdriver to work with this thing. So you're getting all these extras for the price of just this atomizer. I know other sites, you buy their atomizer, it'll just come to you in bubble wrap with nothing else. You won't get anything. You'll have to get your own Allen key. You'll have to get your own screwdriver. My rsst didn't come with a screwdriver. My T2 didn't come with the screwdriver. Didn't come with much else. One site, it did provide some mesh, but the other site, they just threw the atomizer in a bag and they said, there you go. But this comes with everything you need, and it's cheaper than the rsst. It's even cheaper than the I-Atty too. So why am I raving about this so much? Why is it my favorite atomizer compared to these two others, which under $30? I think that everybody knows I-Atty 2, AGI, and rsst, and those seem to be the front runners for the title of what is the best budget Genesis atomizer. I say there's a new entrant in that race, and it's the X-atty, and for me, it runs away with it. Not leaps and bounds above the rsst. I would say it's much better than the I-Atty 2, but I wouldn't say it's leaps and bounds better than the rsst. I would say performance-wise, it's about the same, but when things are the same, you got to pick that factor that pushes one over the edge, and I just prefer the looks of this. So for me, this is better. So let's get under the hood and show you what the deck looks like. So you got the positive, the negative, and you got a fill hole, right? So you take a look at that. Let me just take a quick vape before explaining further. Right, so back to the deck. You got the positive and negative, like I said. You got a wick hole that's big enough to accommodate a 3/32 inch SS cable smoothly. So it's got to be at least 2.7 millimeters or so, which is fine for me. That center post is absolutely huge, and this is one of the reasons why this is my favorite atomizer. I mean, you're asking what, like, why is the center post such a selling point, and I'll explain it to you. You see the distance, right? You hear about people putting washers and stuff on their I-Atty too, and trying to find all these ways to remove the top coil hotspot. It's not an issue with this, not at all. It's set it and forget it. You put your coil on, you're done. You don't need to. You just fiddle with it until everything glows evenly. You don't need to worry about anything anymore, because that coil does not need to travel any distance to get from the end of the wick to getting trapped under that atomizer. I mean, sorry, under that positive screw. Absolutely no distance. Let me put it up against my shirt. I mean, you can see it's like almost touching. So that's a big plus. That's an absolute big plus. I mean, you got the press fit top cap. That's standard in all these atomizers nowadays. But yeah, it's a very clean design. It's got a raised edge. This was a nice touch to capture some juice. You know, if you drip, you have it in your RDAs and also in the AGI. This is there, the raised lip. But yeah, those are all the features under the hood. And it is not an adjustable center post. That's one thing that could be a positive or negative for people. For me, I'm just indifferent to it because all my mods have floating center pins, so I don't need to worry about adjusting the center post on this. So that's that under the hood. And right, before I continue, let me just see if I could flip this around, just show a picture of what I believe this is kind of cloned after. Alright, so right there you see a Z-Atty. Alright, so the Z-Atty is what I believe this is cloned after. Not an exact clone, but if you look at it, I mean, there's a fill hole on the opposite side right there, on the other side, which is covered. But let me just put this next to it, right? So, alright, I'm kind of trying to do this blind, but yeah, alright, well, you can see that center post. You got a big center post in both, right? You got a big negative terminal screw, and you got the wick hole, which places the wick very close to the center post in both. So it's a lot of similarities. I mean, you use Allen wrench for the Z-Atty, and you use a flathead for this. Aside from that, and that only has one O-ring to press fit. This one has two O-rings. Obviously, that has a glass tank, better material, but it's about 7 times the price. I mean, and the vape you're gonna get is gonna be the same. The vape you're gonna get is gonna be the same. So I love this. I love this. Call it an X-atty, call it a Z-atty clone, call it a Chex-atty, because everybody puts CH in front of all these clones. Chex-atty, that sounds funny, but yeah. So, or a cheese-atty, right? That would be the right moniker. If this is a Z-atty clone, call it a cheese-atty. But yeah, it's amazing. It looks nice on the KTS, like I mentioned. So I love this. SNS Mods, thank you for getting this from China into your shop and into my hands. I could not be more thrilled with it. So with that, one more vape, and thanks for watching, guys. I gotta take one more. So there you go. X-atty, SNS Mods. Check them out. Get one.